Hey everybody, this is Maxine Taylor one more time with my dear friend Angelo Lowry. If you have been watching her videos, she needs no introduction to you. And I know that many of you are interested in contacting Angelo. If you haven't seen her yet, Angelo is a naturally gifted healer. She's the author of the Amazon #1 bestseller, I Am and the Spirit Walks with Me. And she owns the New Truth Healing Center in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, if you go to her for a healing, you don't have to go to her. She can do it by phone, over the internet with Skype, with Zoom, my personal favorite. Her website is angelolowry.com. Her YouTube channel is Angelo Lowry. You can see the pattern here. Her email is angelo@newtruthhealingcenter.com. And I'm going to give you her phone number. And if you don't get it the first time around, just back the video up, because here it is. 602-344-9980. Angela, welcome back.
Namaste, Maxine. Thank you for having me.
Oh, always. You know, I'm going to wait with the rest of your credentials because I think we're going to jump right. A spirit is telling me, let's just jump right in so you can share these incredible healing stories. And I know that you believe that we are all energetically connected and that the key to healing is already within us. And it just needs to be unlocked. And that is what you do. Period, bottom line.
Absolutely.
So the first area I'd love you to talk about, since so many people around the world have pets, puppies, kittens, gerbils, parakeets, whatever. Can you treat pets? And if so, what do you do?
Absolutely. Pets are just like we are, and the same healing that is utilized for us can also be utilized for pets as well. So it doesn't matter what the pet is experiencing, whatever that pet is going through, the healing goes exactly where it needs to go for that particular pet. So sometimes there are clients that have pets that, you know, maybe they need surgery or things like that, or maybe they've been told that the pet is not going to survive and live and that they need to put the pet down. Of course, we don't want to hear that type of thing. So we want to know that we can do things to assist the pet in having a better life. And so that can be done through the natural healing process. There's no difference, like I said, than it would be if you're working with a human, you know, so it's the same process. And animals really love it. They benefit from it a lot. They're really relaxed during the process, and they can feel the love, and they know that the healing is happening for them.
So those of you out there who have a pet that you love, that you've been concerned about, that is like a child to you, you have somebody right here who can help that precious baby. And in so doing, help you. Because I always say, if a mother brings a child to a doctor or a healer to be healed, the mother needs healing. When you visit a friend in the hospital, you need a healing because of everything going on, because you're upset. Thank you for that. This is great news. Now, let's move on to some issues that I know you've worked with that I think everybody can identify with. More and more seniors are dealing with memory issues. You've got to address that.
Absolutely. You know, the thing is, Maxine, is that when we talk about memory issues, you know, mostly people's thought process will go to the seniors, but actually, you know, young people experience memory issues. And, you know, a lot of times they don't want to discuss it because they feel like they're young, they should remember these things and shouldn't have to go anywhere to get the issue addressed. Sometimes they don't want to talk about it, you know, because of fear of not being able to gain their memory back. And this leads me to a case where I had a young lady who was in her 30s, and she actually was experiencing issues with her head. And she came in and she wanted to address the issue with her head because she was having severe pain in that area. So her thought process was that, you know, I'd get some chiropractic adjustments and things like that, massage, you know, physical therapy, the typical stuff. And, you know, it will get me back into shape and I won't have these headaches again. And so she had been receiving lots of chiropractic treatment, physical therapy, and so forth, but yet she was still having these particular issues. And so she felt guided to me. And as we were going through the healing process, what I noticed was that the issues that she was having with her head, you know, they were not going to be resolved with chiropractic or physical therapy. And so what I realized was that with this young lady, what was going on was that her human consciousness had become disconnected from the human body. Okay, so when that happens, it brings forth memory issues. Okay, it brings forth issues with the head, and we began to experience even issues within our neck. So this young lady had been in some car accidents, and she associated the issue with her head with the car accident. So what happened was she got flipped around, things got shaken up in the body. So that's when the disconnection of the human consciousness became disattached to the human body, okay? So it affected ligaments and communication between the brain and the actual human body. So when she would try to remember things, she could not remember things because of that, okay? And so when I see cases like this, I mean, it's a prime example of how many people are being misdiagnosed. You know, the doctor is looking at, oh yeah, you were in a car accident. We're going to get you some physical therapy, you know, get some chiropractic treatments. How many people do you know that have been going to chiropractics or receiving physical therapy for years and years? There are people in their 80s and they've been dealing with this for many, many years, okay, without any types of resolution. So with this young lady, I took her through a special healing process dealing with Ka energy work. And so once I went through this process with this young lady, she came back for her second visit and she said to me, she said, you know, I have dreams now and they're clear to me. I can remember what I dreamed. And she said, I noticed the other day, I remembered some things that I could not remember. Okay, so this lady was in a place of fear. She didn't feel that she would get her memory back, and this consumed her life, you know, and so, you know, it plagued her. And so through this healing process, this young lady received her memory back, you know. She also went farther to tell me, she said, you know, Angelo, she said, there was an incident with someone and I couldn't remember that. And she said, I was wondering if all my memory is back. And I said to her, I said, you know why you can't remember that? I said, that's pain and suffering. That's not needed in your life. I said, spirit will bring to you what you need. I said, your mind is a database. So accessing the database, you only need what's needed and necessary for you in the now. So why would you want to remember something like that? That's bringing pain, that's bringing negative emotion into your body. I said, you've got to listen, you've got to pay attention, because that spirit telling you, you don't need this. You don't need this in your life, okay? And I said, you've been dealing with this for so long that you just want to remember everything. Everything is not needed and necessary. You don't need that. And so very beautiful experience. The lady's very happy. She's very excited about it all. And it was just wonderful to go through that process with her.
You were able to give her a new life.
Yes,
Here's a
yes,
new life. Let what isn't working go and create
yes,
a new one.
yes, absolutely.
Um, God, there's so much we could say about that, but I wanna introduce a couple of more topics because people naturally are waiting to hear about theirs. So, or I would be saying, fast forward this, Harry. I want to see if she can talk about fibromyalgia. So, fibromyalgia, you hear a lot about that nowadays. Um, can you address that for us?
Yes, absolutely. I had a case where a young lady comes in and she had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. She spoke about the pain that she was having throughout her entire body. And she talked about other symptoms that actually came with it, how she felt tired and weak, and she just didn't want to engage in much stuff. And she was not happy with all of the different things, that was affecting her life through the fibromyalgia. So we went through a healing session, and just with the one healing session, she showed back up 5 days later, and she explained to me that she actually went through a complete detox. And she said, Angelo, the day I came to you, I had somewhere to be. And she goes, my body started releasing so much stuff. And she goes, I stayed in the bathroom and I said, oh my God, I got to go to this appointment. I can't be in the bathroom like this. And so she said she realized that as it was releasing from her body, that her body actually began to change for her. She also noticed that a lot of the memories she had that were disturbing memories to her, that were traumatic in her life, were also less appearing in her life. So she noticed that she was not reflecting on her past a lot. And so, that was the healing, of course, working through her life, because it was removing from her body all of the things that has been holding her back and holding her down with the fibromyalgia, okay? And so when she came back for that second session, it was so beautiful because what I could see when a client comes in for the first session, it's like having a mask on your face, okay? So the body is masked and it has all of this stuff that the client has been carrying for so long. So I've got to pull that mask off so that I can get to the deep root of everything and what's going on with that particular client. So when she showed back up the second session, so much stuff had released from her body. She talked about pain. She said she felt more energetic. She said she noticed her sleep at night was really good. She was sleeping better. Her body was even in more of a peace and calm state for her. So when she came back for that second visit, what I noticed was that things that she was holding on to that were deeply rooted from childhood had actually also surfaced up to the top of the body. So it was a matter of just releasing that from her and disattaching that, setting her completely free so that she can be in that place of calmness and peace. And then the body can start to heal itself. The body can't heal itself. If we're carrying all of these things, we have to get rid of this so that we can bring light into the body. So it's all about removing the things from the body that is shedding darkness over our lives, holding us confined to more pain and more suffering and more grief and agony. So once we release that, we're allowed to be in a brand new space, a brand new life.
Yes, yes. And I have a little note here about another condition that you treat, and I'd love to end on this note. Lupus. Lots of people suffer from lupus. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, yes. I had a lady come in that she had been dealing with lupus, she mentioned, for pretty much all of her life. And she had been going to many doctors, on medications and things of that nature. She talked about being extremely depleted of energy. She said that she would sleep a lot throughout the day, and she spoke about the pain within the body. And, if she could just get rid of that, how her life would just be a lot better for her. And so she came in for her session. And with her, I noticed that within her organs, the lupus had actually affected several different organs within her body. It was very traumatic, the damage that it had caused within the body. And so this is why she was feeling even more extreme tiredness in her body. Most people will go through that experience of feeling tired, but when you're talking about something like lupus, it can have such an extreme effect on the body. And so it was attacking the organs within the body. So during her session, as we moved through the process, certain organs within the body, as the healing and the energy began to move through the body, it began to surround the different organs in the body that had become affected by the lupus. And you could see the massive healing that was taking place around these particular organs, okay? That those organs were becoming more stabilized, more stronger, and more healthier just through that one particular healing process. As she came back for her second visit, she spoke about how she's not sleeping as much as she used to sleep. And she said that even with the lupus, the medication, she spoke in the first session about having different hallucinations and things like that. And she mentioned how through the healing, she noticed that the hallucinations are not there like they were before. Okay, she noticed how the pain within the body was not there like it was initially, and how she's stronger now, and how she feels like she can move on and she can do the things that she needs to do in life. She mentioned how she knew she had a higher calling on her life, and she felt that the lupus was just holding her down, not allowing her to move forward. And she was absolutely correct. And I said to her, I said, you're not going anywhere. You've got to do the service you came here to do. So, she's excited about it. She's excited now about doing what she knows she needs to do in her life. And she was not excited before.
Yes. Angelo, thank you for sharing these beautiful stories. And all of you out there, Angela will be back every month with some more examples of these incredible, miraculous healings that she has been blessed to give people. I certainly hope that if you have any questions, you feel free to contact me or Angelo. If you have a particular fiscal situation that you would like to know about, shoot me an email. You can comment right on my YouTube channel, Maxine Taylor Astrologer, and I'll share it with Angelo. Or just contact her, and she would love to talk with you. So, Angelo, again, thank you. We'll see you next month. And to everybody out there, remember, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Sending waves of love to everybody.